Hi and welcome to the Money Move Studio. Today we're chatting South Africa versus offshore investing. But before we get there, if you enjoy the content, please do like and subscribe. A little love goes a long way. So Paul, there are two sides of this coin. Some people are saying that you need to invest offshore and that it's almost a must. And then you get the other side of this coin, which are a bunch of people saying, please invest in South Africa. You have to invest in South Africa. South Africa is the best. So Paul, the question to you is now, should I take my money offshore? Should I invest it all in South Africa? Or is there perhaps a world where I do a 50-50 shindig with my money?
So Ingrid, it's 2026 and we have this amazing privilege of being global travelers. We can go anywhere in the world, or almost anywhere. And we are also global investors, which means that I and you as a viewer can invest our money anywhere in the world. We can go South Africa, US, China. I can invest my money in Kazakhstan if I freaking want to. So I want you to imagine the following. You are an alien today, Ingrid. You are Ingrid, the alien. And you are looking down on this globe called Earth. And you have R1 million in your alien pocket. And you have to decide, where do I put my money? So you'll do the view, the 360 view, and you'll see a few things. The first thing you'll see is, did you know that the Earth is actually not flat, right? It's actually a ball.
What? What the?
Amazing. The second thing you'll see is that there's this orange man in the north of Americas.
I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
And he is the most powerful guy living here among its people. No, but on a serious note, Ingrid, what you'll actually see is you'll see, okay, here's the economic activity, where everyone lives, the politics. You'll see everything. You'll have a full 360 view. And now you have to decide, okay, given this information, where do I put my money? And now, viewer, I want you to imagine that you are the alien today. You see, there's a little country down in Africa. It's South Africa. It's the Rainbow Nation. It's a lekker plek, you can braai there, they've won 4 World Cups, not a bad place to be. But is it responsible to put your money, all your money, in this one country down in Africa? And for me, I don't think that's a prudent investment. I love South Africa, but to put all my money here, I don't think that's the right play.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying. We love South Africa. We have everything that we can dream of here. We've even got Rassi. But the responsible thing to do is to invest some of your money offshore as well. But my next question is then, where? The world is so big and I don't have the faintest idea of where I would maybe get the best return on investment for my money.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong, Ingrid, we do definitely invest in South Africa. I mean, we love South Africa, but where I invest my clients' money is definitely, the bulk of it is overseas. Right, so where should we invest? So there's this index called the MSCI World. Many people know of it and actually invest in it. So the MSCI World invests in countries in the world based on the size of its stock market, so its economic activity. And most of your money you'll see in the MSCI World will be in the United States, about 70%. And we actually made a quick sip and explain about it. For example, the Satrix MSCI World, very popular fund. Let's look at it. So the objective of the fund is to give South African investors exposure to offshore equity, like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft. The top 10 holdings, Nvidia being by far the biggest at the moment. The performance is about 14% per year over the last 5 years. The fees, it's a passive fund, which means it's quite cheap. It just tracks the index, 0.78%. Allocation, US versus Japan versus UK. At the moment, the US is by far the biggest allocation. And lastly, sector allocation, technology, financials, industrials. So technology is at the moment by far the biggest industry in the world.
So let's take the MSCI World. If I am invested in the MSCI World, which companies in this tech sector am I exposed to?
All right, Ingrid, so the top 10 companies in the world at the moment, or in the MSCI world, will be on the screen. And I know these are US companies and within a specific sector, most of them the tech sector, but I just want you to know that these companies have diversified earnings and global footprints. So even though, yes, you are investing in America, it's not like it's America only kind of within the borders. So let me give you an example. Let's look at the top 10 companies. Firstly, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, you have the chip in your computer. Apple, there's a 50% chance that you have an Apple iPhone in your hand right now, or in your back pocket. Google, you probably Google stuff every single day, or ChatGPT, but mostly Google. Microsoft Office, you use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel every single day. Meta is the umbrella company for WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, which we use every single day. So yes, we are in South Africa, but we use these companies on a daily basis. So these companies generate revenue across the globe. So it's actually global companies.
So if I listen to what you're saying, the US is the bigger and the best place to invest. However, there are some talks about people being wary of investing in the US. For instance, Trump is really unpredictable. The fact that the US dollar is under pressure, and then the possibility of being in an AI bubble. So is the US actually such a great place to invest like the MSCI World is suggesting?
Okay, Ingrid, so that's a very good question. It's a question I get almost daily at the moment. Should we still invest in the US, AI bubble? What should we do? There's this thing in investing called TINA, and it stands for there is no alternative. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, if not the US, where then? Because you have to put your money somewhere. Now we consider the other options. China, it's always a 50-50 because it's a communist country. UK is terrible at the moment. Maybe Europe, Asia, India. Do we go into Africa, Nigeria? It's a very difficult but interesting game to play.
So it's not an easy solution or an easy answer. It's not that clear, but we need to invest. So what are you currently suggesting to your clients? How are you managing their money?
Yeah, Ingrid, so up until a year ago, we were about 85% in the US, so heavy US exposure. Now we are, over the last year, we've actually started de-risking out of the US. We're about at 60% in the US at the moment. And the biggest country and allocation that we are in outside of the US is actually Asia at the moment. There are some cool opportunities there. And within Asia, consumer discretionary is the biggest sector. This is like what households want more than what they need. So for example, e-commerce, the hospitality industry, the automotive industry, and so forth. How have we done? So our benchmark is the MSCI World. We say if it's not MSCI World, then we need to outperform the MSCI World if we don't invest in that. And the last year we have cooked a little bit. Our in-house fund is called the Unconstrained, so it's a pure equity fund. On the screen you'll see the performance. We have done quite well. Once again, Ingrid, I just want to reiterate, this is not an easy game to play. So we don't have a crystal ball. We just make the best calls that we can make based on the information that we have. But over the last couple of years, I mean, not bad, not too bad.
Viewers, if you have any questions, reach out. We'd love to chat. See you next time.